going to do something a little different today. What's up, everybody, and welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. So it's a couple days after my win in Delaware, the Delmarva, and I'd spoken to the judges, and I actually come down and lost muscle to be able to compete in the amateurs and the NPC. And after being told, okay, it's ready to go to the next level to the national level, muscle-wise, in physique, they're bigger. And then when you get to the pro level, they're even bigger. So I get the okay to be like, look, go ahead and put the rest of the muscle back on that you lost, which is like about 10, 12 pounds, go on to the next level. Now, I had planned on doing 2 shows this year, and I'm going to continue to do 2 more shows this year. Right, bro? I hear you over there, buddy. I know. So I'm going to finish the 2 years in the local and regional level, then move to the national level next year. But I have 2 weeks in between the Delaware and the DC Capital. Now, what I wanted to do was go ahead and see how much muscle I could put back on with muscle memory. And I figured even if I could put 2 pounds of solid lean stage weight back on, I look dramatically different and show the judges, like, look, not only can I put the weight back on, but I can do it fast and still keep the conditioning. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And a big part of what that is to get that muscle back is my diet. So I was eating very low carbs before, as you guys remember, and now that's changed a little bit. The carbs are not so low anymore. So now, first meal of the day, what I do is get all my shit together first. Dish is drying. I'll get the little turbo mixer jing in. I'm actually probably about 187, 188 pounds right now, which is about 7 or 8 pounds up, and I've maintained my condition. I'm a little more bloated, which I'd probably, if I came down right now, I'd be about 182 in really good shape. So the goal is to be 182 in contest shape in 2 weeks. So let's see. First thing in the morning, after my cardio, which I just did, I'm going to have half of my clean cheats bar. Now again, I'm not even counting macros. I'm going by pretty much what I feel like I should eat. And I'm going to have a shake. Now, in that shake, actually I'm going to need more water than that. In that shake is going to be 2 things. Whey protein from MTS Whey, the key lime flavor, which I love, and Real Food by 5% Nutrition. So I'm actually eating some food, having some supplements, doing a little combination of both. And in 2 weeks, we'll see pretty much where I'm at that point. So I'm going to do 1 scoop. I was doing, when I would do a protein shake, when I was keeping the muscle off, 1 scoop of protein. So now what I do is actually 1.5. You don't need to increase a whole lot compared to what you were taking in before to gain muscle. Otherwise, you're just going to gain fat if you jack the calories up too fast, like that. And the real food. Now I weigh out the real food to get the measurement exact. Tear the scale. I don't know what they call it, tear. I'm going to do is have 15 grams of real food, which is not a whole lot, but it's enough. It's just enough to make sure that my body's using a fuel other than muscle when it needs to. I'll blend that up, have my clean cheat bar, and that'll be my first meal of the day. I'll actually do the next video when I have my second meal of the day, which will be in a couple hours, and show you guys when I'm eating that. So we'll check in with you. All right, we're going to let you guys in a little secret now. It actually helps curb appetite pretty good, tastes pretty good, and kind of makes you feel a little human again if you're doing contest dieting. Chris Cavallini actually posted something on Facebook a while back about this Starbucks mocha, sugar-free fucking mocha choco loco bullshit latte, whatever the fuck it was. So I went to Starbucks, and my friend Lori works there, and I had her make one. I was like, oh, this is fucking good. I drank it. I was fucking pepped up. I had energy. It's like an espresso with fucking mocha, whatever the fuck it is. And then later, I was drinking those things a couple times a week, and then Erin was like, there's fucking milk in them. I was like, no, it's not. It's like a little splash. So I watched the girl make it later, and she poured her fucking like 12 ounces of milk in it. I was like, fuck. I'm like, all those carbs I've been getting in it for a couple days. Well, not all those carbs, but it's more than I thought. So I can't have that close to a contest. I need to figure out a way to make something like this close to a contest that has 0 carbs in it, 0 fat. And we can add protein to it. It's actually adding BioGrow directly to the drink itself. So what I did was I actually went out and bought this turbo Starbucks machine. It's the actual Starbucks machine itself. And I've been making my own at home. So what you do is I get the little pod thing, drop the pod in it, and then I take my super special, shit, dropping shit everywhere, my super special Starbucks 5% fucking cup, stick it in. Let's put this thing, set this shit up over here, so jangy. Alright, so then you hit the, so this is the espresso pod that's in there. Hit the espresso button. The ice is already in there, so it's going to make the ice mocha fucking choco bullshit grande, whatever the fuck it is. And what I do is I put the Walden Farms mocha flavoring directly in there. And you just let that shit do its work. And there we go. Drop the pod thing back in. You can pick up this machine at Bed Bath & Beyond for like 150 bucks or something like that. And then, of course, you get your Turbo Starbucks cup you get from Starbucks that, I don't fucking know what it costs, but it doesn't matter because you reuse it. It's not like a one-use thing. Get the straw in there. Swirl that shit around a little bit. Mix it up. And my house smells like coffee. It smells like morning time in my house now. Perfect. Ooh, went a little heavy with the fucking mocha, but now these things, you know, it's good caffeine in it. There's no calories, no carbs, no sugar, no nothing. Tastes like the mocha cappuccino fucking latte, whatever the fuck that thing is from Starbucks that Cavallini was drinking. You can add flavored BioGrow to it, which actually flavors it to it. You can add protein powder to it. It's iced. And as I sip on this thing, I notice that my appetite will go away while I'm dieting, while I'm drinking this thing. And it gives you a nice boost of caffeine throughout the day, too. So that's one of my little dieting secret tips and tricks. Now, you're just going to wind up buying the coffee machine, and hopefully you like coffee enough that you'll keep using it. So, all right, it's about an hour before we go to the gym. Usually like an hour and a half before I like to eat, but I'm running a little late today because I was working a little more than I should have. So we're going to do our pre-workout meal now, which is a little bit later than we normally have it. So 2 packets of oatmeal, because the carbs are now higher again. 2 packets of these, which are 18 grams of carbs a piece, so 36 grams of carb. Not that I'm counting carbs, but I can usually check measurements because I used to eat 1 packet before my workout. Now I eat 2. That's how I reduce my carbohydrates. It's not by grams, it's by how many packets I use. So basically, we're going to start out with that. Water in a little bit. This is actually one of my favorite meals of the day. This one and my meal when I get home from the gym are my 2 favorite meals of the day. In there. And egg whites. Gotta hit the egg whites. Oatmeal and egg whites go together pretty well. And I like the apple cinnamon oatmeal. That one's my favorite. So again, I'm not measuring protein right now. I'm not measuring the egg whites. I just kind of pour it in there until I get what I want. That's about what I want. It's easier to measure the protein with the protein powders and increase my protein that way. So right now I don't have to get out the measuring cup, fucking clean it after I'm done measuring egg whites and all that bullshit. Oh, you cooked it perfect. Stir that shit up a little bit. And also in the oatmeal, something I put up there like very recently, cinnamon. Just a little bit of cinnamon. Actually, not a little bit. I fucking dump it in there pretty good. Be careful not to go too heavy with the cinnamon because you get a fucking stomach ache. It will fucking bloat you up. Give you the fucking farts all day long. So we get the egg whites to cook up. We'll eat that. Then we'll do a pre-workout right before we head to the gym. And then we're going to do, let's see, chest and back both today. So it's a pretty heavy duty, intense workout. So cook those eggs and fucking eat this shit. And when I eat, he eats. Try not to disturb him, but every time I eat a meal, we can usually find. Right now. Hey, right now. You eating? Time to eat? Time to eat, isn't it? Yeah, whatever. You don't like the camera, do you? Go ahead, eat. Atta boy. It's time to make our stuff to get ready to go to the gym, right, bro?
Right? It's time to make the pre-workout stuff. You wanna go make the pre-workout stuff with me? Huh? Come on. Atta boy. Let's go make the pre-workout stuff like that. Let's scratch like that. Alright, let's go do the pre-workout stuff, buddy.
Alright, so we'll head to the gym about maybe 45 minutes or so. So we got to make our pre-workout. I mean, our pre-workout and post-workout, and then a meal afterwards. So first, what we're gonna do is post-workout, which start out with I know, buddy, huh? Start with the water again, and real food is the post-workout carbohydrate source that I'm gonna use. You guys may notice that I put my GAFD shirt on. This stems back from being a way old bro situation where Mike Matarazzo, I remember back in the 90s, I remember him talking and saying he wears a shirt to get warmed up in the gym first. It helps his body actually warm up better. Then he takes it off with the tank top. So what I do is I have the shirt on, and then I have the tank top underneath it so that I can just take it off while I'm training. I've been doing it for years. It's just kind of an old superstitious thing. Whether or not it's true that it works like that, I don't know. But just always been doing it. So we're going to hit 30 grams of real food, which comes out to 20 grams of carbs. It's not a whole lot, but it's enough. Alright, so we measure that shit perfectly on the scale. It's just kind of how I do that. This is actually this is the blueberry cobbler real food, which I really like a lot. They're both good, but I'm a big blueberry and grape fan. And post-workout, protein-wise, we're going to have MTS Whey, the key lime pie flavored. So 1.5 scoops again, instead of the 1 scoop that I was doing before. So that's the post-workout meal there. Blend that one up. And then post-workout, so after I'll do that, then I'll train a client. And after I'm done with the client, I'll do the next meal, which is going to be just chicken breast. I won't have any carbs with that meal. And what I'll do is I'll put the chicken breast inside this bag. I can throw it in my ISO bag and just eat it right out of the bag like that. So I'll put one of those in there. And I need to get my pre-workout done. So I do the pre-workout now. So, alright, we get our Super Turbo Ultra 5% cup, custom 5% cup, and our stack. Our stack right now is Kill It. So we're going to do a scoop of Kill It in there. I don't like a whole lot of stems because I'm super sensitive to stems, so I don't need a whole lot. So 1 flat level scoop is pretty much all I need. This one's the super blue fucking raspberry, whatever the fuck it is. 1 scoop of creatine in there. I actually like this creatine a lot. It's not bad on your stomach. You don't have to take a lot of it. Dissolves pretty good. Well, dissolves really well. And of course, my old standby that I take before workouts and cardio, L-carnitine. So I'll throw a scoop of that in there. And we'll wolf that down about 20 minutes before. It's probably about 10 minutes or so. We'll take that. Now we'll get those chicken breasts ready to go and pack up the ISO bag. And we are good to go. Then we'll hit our next meals when we get home. I got to go to, let's see, after training client, I'll eat. I'll go tanning because I'm competing in 2 weeks. So I need to make sure that my base tan is still dark. I always get complimented on my color at the shows. I may look dark to the average person in the general public walking around, look retarded. But, you know, when you're doing competition, you're going to do whatever the fuck it takes to look your best on that stage. And, you know, it is a sacrifice. You kind of look stupid walking around, you know, that dark. And you walk in the tanning place and people are like, that motherfucker's probably addicted to tanning. Look at him. You know, and the people that work there know, they're like, oh, it's Jerry. He's got a competition coming up. They know that I only joined there for like a month leading up to the competition. And then I'll disappear after that. So they know, you know, what's up when that's happening. So then when I get home from tanning, I'll do the next meal and I'll document that one too. But for now, let's get to the fucking gym. All right, we're back from the gym. It's been a couple hours since I ate my last meal. We're actually going to go ahead and make what is my favorite meal of the day, pretty much. More so than the oatmeal. Is my chicken wrap and my Ezekiel bread. So I got these wraps that my friend Laura, actually, these low carb wraps, that actually, she got them, actually gave me like a thing of them. And ever since then I've been using them. So basically I take the tortilla, one of these tortillas, which has, you know, macro wise, it's got 3 grams of fat, 18 grams of carbs, 12 grams of that is fiber. So I mean, you're getting a good whopping thing of fiber in this, and 8 grams of protein. So I take that and put it on the plate. I'll adjust this camera for a second. And put the chicken in there. Chicken, and then Walden Farms blue cheese is what I usually put on top of it. So I'll put the chicken, which is the chicken I get at Whole Foods. And what I do is just take a chicken breast. And for those of you who have kitchen utensils and have issues with knives and cutting your fucking fingers and shit because you're not paying attention, kitchen shears. One of the most amazing inventions that I wish I had my whole life. Now I'll cut that up, get that all set up to little chunks. Let's see if I can fix this fucking camera angle so you can see that down here. There we go. So I'll take that and literally just cut it into chunks inside the wrap. And usually try to fill it up at the front, and then you can wrap it in the back. Make like this little chicken burrito wrap thing with this. There we go. Good thick chicken chunks. And then I'll probably just eat the rest of this chicken by itself. And one of the other things I put on here is Flavor God pizza flavoring from Flavor God. So I'll put this on here too. These are just covered in that shit. Wash your hands. Make sure you don't get any fucking salmonella all over the place. Food poisoning is something I've had a couple of times and I hate it. It sucks really bad. It's like the fucking absolute worst to have food poisoning. And then we'll come over here and we'll grab the Ezekiel bread. I use the raisin, cinnamon raisin. The cinnamon raisin, just raisin. I don't know. Anyways, it's the purple Ezekiel bread. So I have 2 slices of this with that, and water with my meal, and that'll cover that meal right there. Fix that fucking camera angle. So 2 slices of that, the chicken thing, and then my next meal after that will be, of course, a Quest bar, and then probably before I go to bed, I'll have another chicken breast. So that'll pretty much be my meal for today, and you can tell just by looking at me that I'm a whole lot fuller than I was even a few days ago but I'm still staying super, super lean everywhere. So the idea is to put that muscle back on while maintaining the condition. You don't need a whole lot more food than you were taking in to begin with. And that's the key. When people try to gain weight, they jack their calories up through the fucking roof, like 500 calories minimum. Some people don't even count. They just add a bunch of food and fucking start eating, and next thing you know, they get fat. Well, that's not what you want to do. You want to actually just add as little bit of food as you need to maintain the new muscle mass that you're going to have so your body can build it. So this is what I'll be doing for the next 2 weeks, and I'll continue like my final week prepping as far as like depletion, then reloading. I know, bro. I know. We'll do the same thing. And then we'll just come into the show hopefully a little bit bigger, a little bit fuller, but just as hard. So I hope this was interesting to you guys, because I keep getting emails over and over again about, Jerry, what are you eating? Jerry, what are you eating? This is actually a little bit different than what I've been doing, so hopefully this is a little bit insight. BioStraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biostraining.com is a blog. It's the Gaining Muscle Bicep, and we're out.